Good morning, everyone. This is your league commissioner, Raul Ortega, the commish, here for your Week 7 recap. Before I get started, just want to show you some videos that we have here. We have the Week 8 NBA preview and the Fantasy Hoops Waiver Wire Ad Drops edition. Check out those videos. You may find them pretty useful. You can only access them on your PC or laptop, as well as your mobile device through the mobile website. You cannot access them through the app. Without further ado, let's get down to those awards. The first award goes to, for the most points of the week, the Grant Hill Award. Team Audrey. Team Audrey had two players that posted over 100 points last week. Kevin Durant had 141 points, and DeAndre Jordan had 105. Team Audrey's lowest score was a combination of, it was Tim Duncan, who had 23 points. That gave her a grand total of 419 points. Alternatively, the award for the lowest points of the week, the Rodney White Award, goes to the Splitter Open and Came Inside. The Splitter Open and Came Inside had 100 points on the bench from Pau Gasol, and the lowest point total was Bradley Beal, although he did get hurt, so we'll pass that. Then it was Kristaps Porzingis at 40 points. That game, he split her open and came inside a grand total of 279 points. The Andre Drummond Award for the biggest win also goes to Team Audrey, who posted a total of 57 points, defeating Team Jensen, who earned the Allen Iverson Award for the week with the 57-point loss for the worst loss, beating him 362 to 419. This is Team Audrey's second week in a row winning that award. Pretty amazing. Now on to the rankings. The top 20 guards of last week were, what's interesting to note is that there is no free agent guard last week in the top 20s. Everybody has a really good guard. I picked up Otto Porter Jr., who was the number 10 guard as a free agent. I picked him up yesterday. That's why he's on my team. Hoping he can recreate what he did. The top 5 guards are Stephen Curry, 93 points, DeMar DeRozan, 96, Eric Bledsoe, 98, Russell Westbrook, 115, and the number 1 overall fantasy guard is, to no one's surprise, John Wall, 136 fantasy points. This is John Wall's second week in a row getting number 1 honors as the guard. Over his last 5 games, he's averaged 26.4 points per game, 2.2 steals per game, 11.4 assists per game, 5.2 rebounds per game, shooting over 50%. John Wall must be in your lineup if you have him on your team. There is no exceptions unless he's out on IR. Even if he has 2 games, I'm putting John Wall in. But what do I know? I'm just a commish. On to the forwards. The top 20 forwards. There are 2 free agents. Ersan Ilyasova at number 18 and Alex Len at number 13. Other than that, the top 5 forwards are DeMar DeRozan, who is a combo position, at 96 points. Pau Gasol at 100 points. Greg Monroe at 102 points. DeAndre Jordan, 105 points. And the number 1 overall forward is Kevin Durant, 141 fantasy points last week. Since Kevin Durant's come back from injury, Kevin Durant's been on a tear, averaging 25.8 points with 9 rebounds, 5.8 assists, shooting 58% from the field and 40% behind the line, behind the three-point line. Ridiculous point totals for Kevin Durant, hitting a ridiculous number at 144 fantasy points last week. Now, the top 20 overall fantasy players for the year of 2016. This is the distribution of the players. The commish has 4 players on his team. Based on averages, the commish has the best 4 players in the top 20 as of right now, averaging 9.5 ranking. The lower number, the better. Team Jensen also has 4 players at a 10 ranking, and Sub-Zero has 4 players at 10.5 ranking. Team Audrey has 3 players. The Las Vegas Pretty Boys has 2 players. Team Balkus has 1. Team A-Flow has 1. And Team He Came Inside Her and Open Her Up also has 1. Overall, on the top 20 players in 2016, top 5 are number 5, Blake Griffin, 634. Number 4, Andre Drummond, 641. Number 3, James Harden, 650. Number 2, Russell Westbrook, 727. And number 1, Stephen Curry, 796. Great to know that all 20 players are on teams, so there are no free agents in the top 20 overall players. Awesome to see. Without further ado, let's get into the matchups this week. The first matchup is the commish versus Jeremy is a better commish. Jeremy is a better commish pulled off a victory that was an upset because the committee picked Jeremy is a better commish not to win. The commish is coming off a two-win winning streak, and so is Jeremy is a better commish. Both teams are in the same division. Both teams have the same record. Chances are whoever wins is going to be sole owner of the number 1 spot. The committee is going with this is a tough one, but we're going to go with Jeremy is a better commish. Jeremy is a better commish. Looks like he has 5 overall, a better 5 than the commish, and Stephen Curry can blow up at any given moment, even though he has 2 games. Up next, Team Audrey versus D's Nuts Vitamin D. D's Nuts Vitamin D, since taking over, has not won yet. And Team Audrey has won 2 weeks in a row. Not only won 2 weeks in a row, but dominated her opponents 2 weeks in a row, winning the biggest win for the week, both weeks, and is on a tear as of late. However, D's Nuts Vitamin D seems like he finally got his lineup in order, coming in with a ridiculous starting 5. Pulling the upset, D's Nuts Vitamin D will end Team Audrey's win streak and earn the award for most points of the week. Up next, Las Vegas Pretty Boys against He Split Her Open and Came Inside. He Split Her Open and Came Inside has really underperformed the last couple weeks. Losing 2 weeks ago to the commission, a game that He Split Her Open and Came Inside should have won. And the committee voted for He Split Her Open and Came Inside to win this week or last week, but fortunately could not do that as well. However, injuries are over. After injuries, assuming we get Bradley Beal out of this lineup, you know what? If Bradley Beal is going to play, you got to give it to Las Vegas Pretty Boys. If Bradley Beal does not play and he puts someone else in, then it could be a toss-up. But as of right now, the committee is voting for the Las Vegas Pretty Boys to continue on winning. And the last matchup, the only team that is winless in the league, Team A-Flow, against Team Jensen, the team that just came off of a loss. Team A-Flow has finally been able to get a week where all his players actually played and pulled off a pretty good numbers. So Team A-Flow has looked pretty well. But Team Jensen is pissed off after that tough loss, getting demolished, really. With that said, unfortunately for Team A-Flow, The win will not happen this week. Team Jensen pulls off a victory and wins. Biggest win of the week. Want to show you guys a quick tip on something you can do with your team? I want to show you how you can change your picture on your team page. If you go to My Team tab and you hit right here where it says Team Settings, you then can pull up any picture you want on the internet and put it on the page. Using this, reference your own image from the web. For example, you go to Google, you type in what you want. I got here a Seattle Steelheads. You would right click it and hit copy link address. And then you'll take it. In this tab, you're going to right click it and hit paste, which will then change your address, and hit save team settings, which will set you up to have a new a nice logo for your team. That's all I got this week, folks. Play the wire, make trades, and I'll see y'all next week. It's Kamish signing off.